Hello everyone. I'm Carol White, a consultant at Demo Company's service provider. I'm a sales module expert, and I'll show you how to take in charge the ticket generated by Bernard and manage its subsequent statuses until it will be resolved and closed. Enjoy.
Entering the system with Analyst User, we will see the list of all the tickets for which the analyst is responsible, and those still to be assigned, so that he can decide if they are his responsibility or not. In this case is also present a message that warns about the presence of some open tasks previously assigned at the connected analyst. These are to be solved with high priority, because generally they stop any others' activities on the reference ticket, risking to not respect the resolution time SLA. Returning to our ticket, the analyst, by selecting it, goes into detail, checks the information in it contained, modifies or adds the necessary ones, after which, if it is within its competence, it will continue with the subsequent operations. Otherwise, it will assign it to the correct competence center. Once the information has been saved, and it has been decided that the ticket is his responsibility, the analyst can proceed with the acceptance from the dashboard with the tickets list. By clicking on the appropriate button, a pop-up will appear in which to enter the new status. Depending on this, an email will be proposed that will be sent to all interested parties, containing information about the status change. The email, if necessary, can be modified before sending. Hi everyone, you've seen how you can create a ticket simply by sending an email from your inbox, how the ticket appears on the platform and how it's accepted by the support team. You can also send reminders or other information, by simply replying to the email that the system sent to the requester when the ticket was opened. This reply will update the ticket with the new information. The next videos will show you this procedure. Enjoy! Similar emails will be sent at each change of status so that the user is always aligned on what the progress of the ticket is. By replying to any email that contains the ticket number in the subject, it is possible to send a reminder that will be immediately registered on the platform.
Hello everyone. Now that Bernard has sent new requests about his ticket, we'll see how it appears on the platform and how to handle the new information. We'll then continue examining the ticket's other status changes. It's currently in the accepted status and will therefore need to be processed and resolved. Enjoy!
Entering the system with Analyst User, it is possible to see that the icon of the selection column of our ticket has changed. It has become a red icon with a sealed envelope inside. This means that a reminder has arrived for this ticket and that it is still to be read. The system assumes that this reminder is read only when the analyst enters the mail folder. So, if you exit from the ticket without visiting this folder, as we can see, the icon remains red. Returning and going instead to the mail folder, we will see an information message informing us that a new email has arrived. It will tell us the name of the file of the new email and that it assumes, from this moment, that it has been read. Exiting the ticket, we can in fact see that our icon is no longer red, but the classic green tick has returned. At this point, the analyst can begin activities on the ticket. When he decides to do so, he will return to this screen and change the status from accepted to work in progress. Also in this case, by sending all the appropriate emails to the interested parties. While the ticket is being processed, the timer of the time needed for the solution will continue to run, populating all the information necessary for a subsequent calculation of SLAs and KPIs. If during the activity the analyst finds that he needs more information from the customer, he will have to re-enter the application and change the status of the ticket from work in progress to wait for receiving needed info and temporarily stop the timer. This operation, as already learned, will open a pop-up that permits to enter, in the body of the mail, all the questions that the analyst needs from the requester in order to proceed with the ticket solution. Once the customer has collected all the required information, he can send it to the analyst directly from the TT4AMS platform. Simply by entering with his account, changing the status of the ticket from wait to replied, and entering all the required information in the email that is proposed. In addition to the explanations written in the email prepared inside the pop-up, the customer can always insert attachments that will allow the analyst to better understand the situation and proceed with the solution of the ticket. Upon confirmation of the change of status, the timer will be reactivated and the email will be sent to all interested parties. When the analyst receives the answers from the end customer, he will return to TT4AMS, and will change the status of the ticket again from replied to WIP, starting again the activities on the ticket. Obviously, this relay between analyst and requester, or between analyst and internal or external competences center, can be repeated as many times as necessary to arrive at the ticket solution. When the analyst believes that he has provided the definitive solution to the problem exposed by the customer, he must proceed to close the ticket. The first step for proceed with the ticket's closure is to fill the two correction documents named Correction Instructions and Incident Report. The first of these is addressed to all the people interested at the ticket, customer side and service provider side. It contains an exposition of what has been done to arrive at the required correction. The template of this document is fully customizable, but, generally, among the various chapters it consists in a first chapter in which the customer's request is described, a second chapter in which the correction made is described, and a third chapter called Impact Analysis, which defines the impacts that this correction has had within the service. The second document, called Incident Report, is addressed to the customer's CIO and the service provider's management and contains causes and times of the incident occurred, solution adopted, and method to achieve it, also providing suggestions to avoid the recurrence of the problem in the future. The second activity to be carried out before closing the ticket is to complete it with all those indicators that will allow, in the future, in the event of similar problems, to find it easily, see the solution made, and possibly adapt it to the new need. There are 5 levels available that allow to cascade down from a macro description of the problem, down to the smallest detail. If there are no suitable entries to describe the situation, it is possible to create new ones that will expand the information assets of the entire service. Once these changes have been made, it will be possible to save the ticket and proceed with the new status change. As in all status changes seen above, an email that will be sent to all interested parties will be preset. Furthermore, it will be mandatory to enter a solution for the ticket. Depending on how the service is configured, the subsequent closure confirmation can be set manually by the analyst or customer or automatically by the system.